I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're looking at Lethal Weapon 2. I like this movie better than I do the first one. Mostly, there's a lot more comedy in it. It's still not making it a comedy buddy cop movie. It really is just a crime movie with the buddy cop element in it. But they start out with this running joke that Murtaugh's wife has a new wagon, you know, the old school kind of family car. Why he's using it for police work is beyond me, but they use it as a running joke where, like, it's brand new, nothing can happen to it, and it just gets demolished throughout the movie. This movie also is starring Joe Pesci. He is Leo Getz, and yes, he has a joke about it. He uses it to introduce himself. Whatever you need, Leo Getz. He's brought in as part of the plot. Before I get to that, a little setup. So now, not only are Riggs and Murtaugh partners still, but they have their own investigative team. They don't really get into these characters, but they do show that Murtaugh's in charge, Riggs is second in command, and this team really gets along with each other. They really love each other, and they get each other's back, and it's part of the movie, even though they don't really go into the characters as much as I probably would have liked them to. But they really still focus on Murtaugh and Riggs' relationship. Now, the plot of the movie is you have this diplomat from South Africa who is trafficking drugs from South Africa to America, or vice versa, or both ways. It's not entirely clear, but he's a bad guy. And in this movie, they take it one step further, probably because what was happening in the 80s in South Africa at the time, because they have protests. Americans are protesting the South African consulate because of what's going on in South Africa. Now, I think this movie came out when I was 1, so I have no idea of the history about what's going on, but the people in the movie are protesting real events that happened in South Africa. I'm not sure about today, but back then they were extremely racist, and that's part of the theme in this movie, that the bad guys are not only drug lords, but they're white supremacists. Double reason to hate them. That doesn't stop Riggs and Murtaugh making jokes about it, though, because they have a good sense of humor, or a dark sense of humor, however you want to see it. Now, they continue telling the story of Riggs' wife's death. This is my second time seeing the first one and the second one. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the third and the fourth. It's been years since I've seen the first two, and when I was watching it again, I was like, why are they bringing up Riggs' wife's death? I mean, they explained it in the first one, now they're going into more detail here, and it does play a role. Because they're drug lords, and because Riggs was originally on narcotics, it ties in that the one henchman actually is the reason why his wife was driven off the road, because Riggs was getting too close to their operation. And on top of that, she's not a henchwoman. She really is just a worker for the consulate, so she's like a secretary, I guess. Her and Riggs fall in love together. They only have one date, but I mean, that was enough for both of them. Well, the bad guys kill her, and so Riggs has 2 reasons to hate them, besides the other 2 reasons of being drug lords and white supremacists to hate them. In the movie, the 2 sides really go back and forth between getting each other in some way, shape, or form. Now, the bad guys always do like the worst thing, but the good guys always balance it out by hindering them further and further. I'm not going to go into details. This movie's too good to spoil anything. That's the gist, and I really recommend this movie. It's hilarious, it's fun. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson are still a great duo together, and Joe Pesci he's kind of like comedic relief, but he's not so annoying where you don't like him. I don't know, he's just kind of there. He doesn't really need to be there. I'm looking at the back of the DVD case, and I see he's in the next 2 movies. I don't know how he plays into those movies, but he's gonna be there. And Joe Pesci is fun. He can be a good comedian. Those are my thoughts on Lethal Weapon 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.